Welcome everybody back to the Montrella Cowan Show. I am so excited. You know, I'm always talking about how I am the architect of global impact. I'm really delighted today because we have a guest, a very special guest. And this is the first time ever that we have a guest who is literally joining us from Pakistan. All right, so give it up in the chat if you're from there, if you know about it, if you're excited to learn, because business is so cross-cultural. It's like a universal language. So I'm excited. Sheza Yazdani is a brand strategist, a personal brand strategist. Y'all know that's so important because when we set out to do business, that thing starts with the me, right? Because you want your business to represent your values and your mission and your vision for the impact that you want to make. So she's a personal brand strategist as well as a visibility expert, specifically on LinkedIn. Now, there's so many platforms, oh my goodness. But for me personally, y'all know, I'll focus on LinkedIn. Why? Because I think that's where the most professional of the audiences can be found. So we are so thrilled and excited to learn as much as we can to take our businesses to that next level. So y'all tune in case you know that somebody who could benefit from this conversation. Have them plug in now and check it. Welcome aboard, Sheza. How are you?
How about you?
I'm doing great. What time is it there?
It's 7 p.m. there.
Yeah, so a good 8 hours ahead. No, maybe 9 hours ahead.
It's 9 hours, and so it's 7 oceans apart.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, how long have you been in business?
Oh, I've been in the business from not more than 2.5 years.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
You were
and it's been
working
a
before?
Yeah, I was working in the corporate sector before, but now I have 3 kids. So, with kids, it's different. So I quit the corporate and joined the ride of going in a business on LinkedIn and my entire business. And it will be a very shocking as well that my entire business is based on LinkedIn.
Your entire business is based on it. By the way, you're a great mama to be able to courageously quit corporate and be able to stay home with your children. And then you're helping other people birth their babies through their business, right? That's yeah. Tell us about your journey.
Yeah, my journey has been pretty amazing because I have been take care of approximately 100 plus clients up till now, and now I'm helping more than that. Because when I started my business, when you started, you don't know investor action because you're in the corporate, you're working for someone, and while working for you, it's a very different niche and very different experience as well because you're your own boss. There is no one to tell you the investor action you take and investor action. So it's a basically up and down journey. I will not say that I'll sleep one day and get up in another day and I will successful. No, it's very difficult because I have 1-year-old at that time with me. Now he's 3.5-year-old. Okay. And the journey, it's difficult because it's difficult when you're raising kids and you have your own baby with your business. And, it's difficult because you have to prove yourself as well that you are, if you quit the corporate, you already have the element of why did I do that? I should have joined the people in my same industry. They have going so far. Why have they taken this step? And this element will pique you, and you need to do something. And it takes time to build something. It always takes time to build the foundation. Like every building starts with building. You start building with the foundation and then you stack up the towers after that. So it was a foundational phase. It was hard. One thing I will definitely tell every people, don't underestimate yourself. That's my first message while living in Pakistan because we have cultural differences. We have other families responsible because we live in joint family systems. We don't live separately, so we have joint family. There are 9 people who live in my house, and being the elder in the house that you're married with their eldest son, you need to take care of the whole family. That's the responsibility while getting married on the shoulder. And with 3 kids and the 9 people in the house, you have to be very patient. Patience is the key. And the persistence is the key. So if I am sitting in front of you and you're in the USA, so my message is to everyone whom I am talking to you, it's the one, keep patience, persistence, and consistency. These things will pay you in the long run. But you have to consider one thing also, that with everything, you need to have one strategy and you need to stick with it and to see how it's evolving with the time, because now AI is there. Now there is no excuse in this life that you can't do this, you can't do this. I'm sitting in Pakistan. We have not only the cultural difference, we have the time difference, we have the resources difference, we have the life differences as well, that we are a third world country. So we
You're
don't
such
have
a
much
prime
resources as
example.
you don't have. Yeah.
Wow, and you're such
And
a example. Yeah, like you're saying, no excuses. I love that. Wow.
there's no excuses. While sitting in Pakistan, I'm saying that there is no excuses to live life. Because in Pakistan, we are bound here and to support not to support the family, but to look after and take care of the kids, because now your core responsibility when you get married, you need to take care of that. It's the husband's responsibility that they will take care of all the finances. You don't need. But now, with the growing age and with the growing inflation rate, with the growing everything, you need to take up at the race as well and to think differently. Well, because it's not about you, what you're with your children. This is a Gen Z. What they will say after 10 or 15 years, Mom, my mom, she didn't do anything. She just cooked food for us. Else,
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I hear you. And I have a Gen Z, so I know what you mean about that. They won't appreciate it. Wow, really powerful. So you mentioned that you dropped a lot of stuff. So, I know a lot of you out there are wives or mothers and or both, as well as being a boss and or you have a wife. So this is really powerful. She's saying, you want to take that responsibility and take care of your family. And so it used to be that, the man was the breadwinner. But nowadays, like she mentioned with the inflation and all the other challenges that our society and culture and world face, that, we can step up. But I think it's even more than that. It's almost like you have a vision to be of service to other people. Tell us about that.
I always have a goal in mind that I need to do something which is will be out of the box, because in my family, no one, there are a few people who do this job, but nobody, even if I could do, doing this podcast, if I'm sending to the other people, they won't even believe that what in which platform I'm doing this and in which platform. When I was nominated as the #1 social media expert from Pakistan by Favicon.
That's
Yeah.
impressive. I've hired
Yeah.
a number of freelancers. Y'all better be listening up. We're gonna be putting our information below in the
So
comments as well.
and
Congratulations
when I
on that.
show it to, yeah, thank you. And when I show it to my mother, what were you doing before? You didn't do anything freelancing stuff online. I didn't know. Even my husband didn't have an idea. He said, "Oh, you're wasting your time online. You can invest your time anywhere else." Because I think you have been working very hard online. Because when he sees me at 4 a.m., I'm struggling, because I was in the struggling phase. At 4 a.m., he sees me, "Oh, you're still awake? Why you're not sleeping?" Because you have 3 kids, you need to take care of them. 2 of them, obviously, they are going school, and one of them, why you are waking? Why you are just sacrificing your life just for the internet? And now, when I show him the social proof, I am the #1. How does he do that?
Yeah. Wow.
What the hell? What the hell what you doing? I was making every pick possible in the best possible way. I'm telling you that I'm the extraordinary person in the house, or I have the vision to do something which stand out. And without any goal in the mind, it isn't possible, because when you have goal, it doesn't makes you sleep. You didn't get sleep
I love that.
properly because it keeps you awake in the night, that I need to do something and it's not working. You need to do something, it's not working. My strategy was not working at that time because I didn't know who was my ideal client. Because I was working for but obviously when you're doing business, you're ignoring the little areas for yourself. I don't know about that I need to position myself as an authority. I don't know. I need to position myself as authority with the visibility person, with the ideal client persona that it should have ideal persona that whom I'm talking to. It was missing at that time. But when soon I realized that at that time, now I have worked with more than 100 people and I help them successfully build their personal brands on LinkedIn, because my uh, business frameworks works not on the visibility only. It works on the system. It works on the strategic awareness and positioning. So people perceive you as a brand like Hermes. Like if you're opening the store door, people say, so, oh, it's exclusive. It's for me. And I get the feeling of I'm not the person who you serve for just for the not getting impressions, or I'm not getting likes. I'm not that kind of person. And I really don't take that client because I don't chase virality, because virality doesn't give you dollars. Virality doesn't pay you bills. Virality doesn't have, it's not a long-term journey. What position you as an authority, it's your brand image, where people realize that you are something in the minds of the people. It's all about positioning here, that you pull, because you're helping people, right? Well, so it's always the psychology in the minds that you need to play with, and that you're exclusive, you're not for everyone. And that's how it turns out with and you can't be available. That's life as well. You're not available for everyone. The same in business. If you turn yourself as exclusive that you're working for, people will come to you, but you only need the right people.
I love that. I love that. We're an audience of faith, different faiths, Muslims and Christians, but we are an audience of faith. And I love that you, ladies and gentlemen, are an exclusive, and like, you're not to serve everyone. And it's true, like, as moms and wives and sisters and friends and bosses and business owners, you can't be available to everyone. So I really like how you're honing in. And is there a specific strategy or reason why you chose LinkedIn for your entire business?
That's a very important and interesting question as well. People have social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. These three platforms work very well for the people, but it's only for visibility. You don't get high ticket clients from these platforms. They're good for the visibility, but it's for the strollers, it's for the lurkers, just sitting around and they're seeing a video.
Like entertainment almost, not business.
Yeah, it's the business. If you want to create the social media account, if you're an influencer, go for it. Go for it, because people like to see the other people's stuff, but you don't intend them to buy. It's everywhere I see on Instagram, like $5 offer, $10 offer, get my sales scores for $10. What the hell you're doing for $10? Even the water bottle is not for $10. Why the hell you're selling your whole system for $10? It doesn't make sense. And why you're making offer so cheap that it's available for everyone, you need to define that value, you as a brand. So when it comes to the LinkedIn, there are CEOs, there are directors, there are people whom I'm working with, there are CHROs, and there are high qualified people, even women in STEM I'm working with currently. So they don't have time, but they definitely need someone who can be with them, but share values as a person who can be with them as this. Even if I'm in Pakistan, if I'm getting client from USA, it means there's something different.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm doing in Pakistan. So what's an excuse for you? Because if people is doing this, because people think maybe there are not only cultural differences, there are other differences as well. People don't perceive value from third world countries because people think maybe our mind doesn't match. Maybe they don't see what I'm coming from because I have a very huge volume business. And how can they understand the thing that what I'm doing at this stage, what positioning status that I am, I have a different status, and she is coming from the no, it isn't. So it's all about positioning. So, and that's my whole business revolves around that you need to position yourself as an authority over the platform. That you're not, because if you're spending time, it should be strategic. And the question from you, why you're in LinkedIn, because people perceives value in LinkedIn. People give you value on LinkedIn. It's not about getting impressions and comments from those people who are just like it. It's just about building value from those who see you're worth it. And that's how you get business out of it. I mostly hear from most of the clients. One of my clients is 33,000 followers on LinkedIn. I have 13,000 followers. And he is my client because he's not getting any clients from LinkedIn. Oh
Look
my
at that.
God. Yeah. At 33 position, 33,000 followers now with 13,000. I see myself with 33,000, maybe doing 100K plus business at that time. But now, when I see yourself, what the hell you're doing in the past? It means your positioning is weak. you don't have any system, because people on LinkedIn just chasing vanity metrics. They don't see the value in it, that what they are doing, because obviously when you're in the vanity metric, your whole time you mind on the just chasing just chasing likes, just chasing comments, just chasing impressions, and the other day come, or you're the same position, because you are chasing only for the leadership content, because you all see everywhere here in the LinkedIn people have posting leaders. You are not from their niche. Why you are choosing leadership content? Because
Ooh, this is
it's
powerful. This is powerful. Like, oh my gosh, y'all. Because, my audience and the goal of the Montrella Cowan Show is to really help people, no matter what phase of business they're in, to get to that 7 figures. And she's dropping some real, not tools or nuggets, but science here.
actually sometimes, the basic mistake the people will do is doing is their profile is not optimized. And you're putting out the content and it's not relating. I'm seeing your content, I'm landing on your profile. Your profile is saying something else and your content is saying something else, and there is no offer. And offer is and the other important step is you don't have any offer that align to what you're saying in your content. From content I'm landing on your profile, and your profile should have a landing page that convince me to take action, because from your content I'm landing on your profile. I'm landing on your profile, your banner saying something else, your headline something else. I go into about the feature, there are trending posts, virality posts, no offers, only to just for the sake of joining newsletter. Why the hell I'm joining your newsletter if there is no offer and if there is no value? So first, whenever I'm starting working with any client, I give them questionnaire. So first of all, we build the questionnaire and we build the avatar. This is your ideal client avatar, and this is your positioning. Then we'll go into profile optimization. And that's how we go from strategies to strategy. Because if the ideal client is, mostly people struggle, because when normally I ask people, who is your ideal client? People say, my ideal clients are coaches. Okay, what kind of coaches? What they do, what their business, and which demographics they are, what they're doing in the life, what they're earning, what they're thinking. So I build a persona for positive traits of ideal client and negative traits of art. So after working on this, you get, oh, that's my ideal. And if your ideal client, you're clear, your positioning is not clear, your content is not clear, because there are 9 billion people on LinkedIn. I know whom I'm talking to. How I'll get a client if I'm talking with everyone? I'm not being specific who is my ideal audience. You only get client when you have clarity in the message that I'm talking to you. Only you. And this is your problem. And I'm going to solve it for you. And these are my offers for you. And that's how I land. Even I just ghost, but I get the message that this is the person. Eventually, or I will get through the funnel if I'm because on LinkedIn, the sales cycle is no. People first know you through your content, then they like you, then they trust you, and then they buy from you. Okay. So these are 4 steps you need to take. There are no shortcuts that the people will eventually land in your profile and go to the buying button.
You're saying a wish and a prayer won't do it. You need those 4 items. The first one is knowing you through the content, you said?
Yeah.
And then
like you.
Then like you.
They like you.
And then they
trust you.
Okay.
Then they buy from you.
Okay. And you keep mentioning offer. So, because I know in some sales things, they talk about, you need 7 touches with the client and things like that, or the prospect. When you say offer, can you tell us more? Can you break that down? What do you mean by that?
Okay. When I say offer, it means that
specifically.
Yeah, on LinkedIn particularly is what are you selling? What are your positioning and what is your value proposition? Because if I'm selling something, I should have value proposition that this is the problem I'm going to solve and this is my ideal client. Okay. How you will position, this is your offer, because that's how people will come and will go from this funnel to get the closing, and from which I told you the steps to take from knowing, liking, and trust, and then they buy. You need to go from tofu. Tofu is top of the funnel, where you totally told people that this is my story. Because obviously, if I'm connecting with you, there's an original person, me, Sheza, and there's an original person, you. So it's a it's a people to people relationship, and I'm connected. It's toffee content which you post about yourself. I was in the last night I was in the postcards with it was my friend postcards. Yeah, one of the person asked a question with me that how I am transitioning, because I was doing a car business before that, second-hand car business. Now I'm transitioning to healing. How I could position myself as an authority on, do I need to hide from people that I'm doing this? I told her that this is your point of transitioning, because many clients will relate to your story, because there are many people who are in your shoes who are struggling for transitioning, but they don't know how to, and your inspiration story will turn out a turning point for all of your clients. Why you're hiding from people? Because it's true self. If you're hiding one thing, you need to hide 1,000 times. If you lie one time, you need to lie. Why should you lie? If I have 3 kids and if I was struggling at that phase, I didn't know about link. I'm telling to each and every person, because that's how I find relatability to many of the audience. Don't feel shame about it, because when we don't know, we don't know. But when we talk to the people, these are the areas I'm struggling with. It's very easy for me to talk about those areas whom we're struggling, because there's no perfection in life. I'm not perfect. There are many areas in whom I'm still struggling. I still need help from many experts. I usually take help from the people as well, but it's not about that I'm missing something in life. No, you can't be perfect in any phase of, and that's your real self. And that's your offer. Your offer should be very specific if you're talking, and that's your value. It should relate to your value positioning. People will get the value from it, and that's how people buy from it, because you make them feel good about you. If I have a problem and you're landing on my profile, I'm telling you this is the solution, and I'm not talking about transformation. The people will not, because now marketing has changed. You cannot, I'm not telling you, oh, okay, this is a pen, buy from me. Nobody will. If I'm telling you that from this pen, you can write a very inspirational story, and this will turn out to be maybe your Amazon bestseller. And that's how the people will buy from this. Oh, maybe that because you hire a perception level in their brand, from this pen, you can write something very, very good. So that's how you play with people's psychology. And I'm not saying that from people's psychology, you need to do anything negative. Play in the best interest of yourself, that you should have value proposition. And that's how you turn into your offer, that this is my offer. Simple.
About, it sounds like, when you pull it all together, first of all, starting with your avatar, and it's so true. Like, so many people don't know their avatar. So like the first step is not taken, but being able to effectively communicate your value to your ideal client is what I'm hearing. And LinkedIn is
Yes.
an opportunity. And then you just reminded me, especially when you did like this, I'm like, oh yeah, it is a funnel. So I was like, it just really like hit like, so we start out wide, but then it's a funnel. And so, oh, I love that, because I got the visual of like what a funnel actually is too, as you were communicating and sharing that.
Yeah. So funnel is to share top of the funnel content in which you share your personal story with the people. That's how it relatable, because when you're
Raw.
starting your brand,
Yeah.
people want to hear yourself. And that's how many peers will connected with you, and they will stay with you. Out of all the journey you take afterward, they are your real people, because they, when you first join the LinkedIn, they were your peers, and they will start. But you need to make decide that how you will go after that, because after the first of the funnel, from top
Right.
of the funnel, it's middle of the funnel. In middle of the funnel, you share your process, that this is my process.
Okay.
And then the bottom of the funnel, when you close it down like that a bit, it's bottom of the funnel is your case studies and testimonials from the past clients. If you don't have, don't overcomplicate, but tell the process that this is the process. But if you share openly that I don't have any client before, I didn't work with, and there are many people whom doing, when I told people honestly that I quit the corporate, I don't have any experience of working with the client. And I'm being honest. And being honest in the life is the best thing, that now I have 100+ client studies and real case testimonials with me. But before that, I don't have, I have zero. But that's the honesty that will carry on to our entire life. And you need to take it.
Fire. I didn't even want to stop her because I'm like, she is spilling the tea, as they say here in the USA. Spilling the tea, y'all. Oh my goodness. So I love that. So you're saying number one is optimization. Well, number one is really that avatar. And then two is optimizing your profile. And then three, having an offer within your profile. And that's so
Yeah.
true. I can imagine that's probably the number one thing missing is the offer, right? Like we're just almost like we're in the entertainment industry and we're doing all this work and don't even have anything. Like you said, even a newsletter. What's next? I love that. I absolutely love how you break that down. Woo, you are good. And I imagine those people, like you said, when you didn't have before you had clients, they could just feel, your passion for this and they had confidence in you. And here you are. It's really, really powerful. Yeah. So can you share with us, because we getting a nitty gritty here. Like we know it's real life. I know you're a mom of three, and the oldest is 3.5. So here in the States, we would say she got three in diapers, y'all. We have at least two in diapers still.
No, it's grown at 3.5 is we should his potty train now as well. Because that's difficult phase as well because of out of all the things I'm doing, I need to do this thing as well.
Yes.
Plus to start going my elder one going to school because there are no tutors. I'm helping them in the homeworks as well, with doing all the
Okay.
things like I need to do the
Ah,
household chores as well, making food for them. It's a life full loaded with so many things, but you
yeah.
enjoy because obviously you're doing out of passion. If I'm
Mm,
talking to you, I'm doing out of passion. I'm doing business on LinkedIn. It's my passion.
yes.
And this is the things that motivates you, even if you don't get a client. Say persistence, and talk to the people that where I am struggling. Can you please help me out? If you talk to the people, then definitely there is a way out for it. But if you don't talk to the people, and now with the help of AI, ChatGPT, there are AI agents now, there are many things that you
Mhm.
can do. Definitely, maybe in US, there are more complicated models which can help you more deeper. But with the ChatGPT basic version, because when I started, it cost $20. So I was in the phase of why to waste $20 on getting the cheap GPT
Wow.
version, even I'm starting it. So I started with the basic version where you have to wait to get the credit back at that
Yeah.
time, and then
Oh,
you can carry on. So I need to
oh,
wait for
wow.
that time. And now I have, not for myself, but for, because
Mm.
now I have a team of 12 persons
Good for
are
you.
doing. I have a team. So in this 2.5 year, I have graphic designer, I have video editor, we're editing podcasts for people, we're editing videos for people, we have content strategists, we have copywriters for website, we have developer, we
Mm.
have newsletter expert. So we
Mm.
have everything because
I
in my
love
opinion, yeah, in my opinion, one person can only think only one. But
it.
when you have team of 12 people who are sitting with you, I
Mm.
have a remote team and they're splitting all over
That's
in
amazing.
Pakistan. One is in different cities. But
Mm.
one thing is I totally agree with, but that's what my husband told me, that you cannot take all the money with you. You need
Mm.
to split, because when you split the money will come back in a bigger form. And that's what my husband told me at when I have a first client and I'm
Mm.
struggling how to do thing. He
Right.
said, have a
Get the
team
help.
of people with you,
Love
because
that.
when you have a team of
Yeah.
people, then
Mhm.
definitely when you're splitting money out of your money,
Yeah.
it's healthy, and the free and the cost, you're getting tons of good
Yeah.
positive
The
vibes as well.
value.
Because when you start, yeah, the
Mhm.
content strategies come up, the
Mhm.
content writer will come
Yeah.
up, the copywriter will come up, the graphic designer will have their own third, if it's doing well. So on one profile there are 12 people. That's why we have so much good response, because there are
Yeah.
many people who are
Mm.
working on one profile to get it.
I love that. So yeah, and I wanna come back to what you're saying about the team for sure. So, but when it comes, like I said, we get into the nitty gritty here. So, in terms of a personal adversity or struggle or challenge that you have had, can you share that with us? And then also, what did it take for you to overcome that? Because, our bosses out here, their parents too, their, spouses too, and they struggle with real life too. And so, yeah, how did you overcome that personal adversity?
Now, every person has different kind of feeling at different points of time, because, with 3 kids, you struggle to
Mhm.
manage the time with your business, because there are clients meeting, and I usually work with US clients. So we have time
Mhm.
difference, a huge time
Yeah,
difference as well.
major time difference.
So
Nice.
sometimes it's very difficult for me to manage all the things. And that's why I told you when we are starting this podcast. that we are not perfect.
Yes.
We just tend to perfect, and to make things moving in the right direction, you need to be positive. Every day I woke, I would promise to myself, I need to be a better mama today. I need to be a better wife today. And I need to be a better business. Every morning I just say to this, because there are very moments up and down that you don't feel like, because, if you're a woman, you have so many thoughts come and so many goes. If you're not feeling good, you're not feeling good.
Yeah.
But when it's your business, if you're not feeling good, you have to get up.
Yes.
You cannot take a break. You
Yeah.
cannot say to your client, I'm not feeling good. I'm just delaying this meeting because I don't feel like having it, and I'm not in the mood of it. You cannot say.
Right.
Every person has this feeling, and it's okay to be normal. The best thing is, this is your feeling, and it's okay to feel it this way. And you have the right on yourself to feel this way. But the thing is, what you need to keep the momentum is believe in yourself. It's okay to be in this way. Okay, take 30 minutes off, relax yourself, but you need to build something. The vision, you mentioned, the goal and the dream to become successful in the life. These things would never make you need to be unstoppable. This is a promise you need to make to yourself. Because if you don't have a promise with yourself, definitely there are moments that you don't need to go up. And it's not about my life is perfect, my husband is perfect, we don't fight. We do. We have because he's doing the job. He usually get from job at 6 p.m. and my work routine starts after he gets home. So we usually have and even on weekend I need to work to make things possible, because there are more deadlines on the weekend. I need to. But the thing is, what we are, and I'm very thankful to him. He'd understand these things, and now it's been 2.5 years. Now he's supporting me in this when he sees the passion in me and then I'm very thankful to him, because most of the husband maybe they don't know. But this is a mess. If you're hearing my podcast, this is the message. Please do understand your wife as well, because she's a human being. She has some dreams as well, maybe in the childhood, maybe in the college life, maybe in the university. But please make it possible, because one thing in the life you don't know how many opportunities it will create. So if I'm sitting in Pakistan, there are many people in Pakistan who don't like to go. Their daughter or their wife will go out and work, because in our culture it seem to be, now the culture is changing, and now the things are a very good direction that people appreciate their daughters, their wives to go for it. And now it's a good thing as well, because now with the inflation, you cannot depend on one person to take care of the whole family.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you need to understand every bit of every person. And that's how every relation makes worth it at the end, that you're understanding him and he's understanding you. And that's how it makes. But one person cannot build the entire entity.
Right.
You need to have the family beside you. If you don't have the backup of family, you cannot do anything.
I love
So
that.
that's my message for all of.
Yes, yes, yes. Y'all hear that, fellas? Okay. Encourage those women in your lives. We need that here in the US too. That's not just Pakistan. But I love that. And I love your ability to enroll your husband and family into your dreams and what's possible. And I'm sure it sounds like, because you say he's working too now in the business, so he sees like all that's possible and sees the benefits of you all working together. So that's really powerful. I hear understanding, but I also hear communicating, right? Because sometimes we have to speak up as women, even here in the US. A lot of times we don't speak up. We're bottling this thing inside of us, and it can't impact our families in a healthy way as well as the world. Woo! I could talk to you all day, but we're going to wrap it up. Now, we reinforce here on the Montrella Cowan Show that leaders are readers. Leaders are readers. Is there any one book, like if you could recommend one book that our audience members should read? Do you have one recommendation? Yep, that one book that you highly recommend. It could be personal, it could be business wise. We get all kinds of recommendations, and our audience loves reading. I read every day. Yeah. So any book,
Yeah, I read. I read a couple of years ago. It's the book name was, I remember that it was The One Thing. Yeah, it was the one thing. And it's really changed the way I think of that life at that time because I read in when I was in university, it was more than 10 years. That's why
Oh, wow.
yeah, struggle to because when you have kids, you have short memory. My husband said you have short memory.
Okay. Yeah, the one thing, and you had spoke earlier about having one strategy too, which really was like, whoa, one strategy, like not 10, but one. Really powerful. So the one thing, y'all, if you haven't read it, and I didn't even realize it was out over 10 years ago because I've just started hearing about it.
I tell you,
Mhm.
yeah, I tell you the most interesting about this book is this book told me a very interesting thing. So it comes from doing the right thing with clarity and consistency and with the right strategies position to evolve me. AI is taking uh, almost many jobs in US. He was working for LinkedIn. He got laid off, and with 500 more people in his whole department got laid off because the AI has taken care of their
Oh, I
jobs.
place
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's replacing people and it's real now. So you all need to be proactive, and that's why I'm telling you, don't give excuse in your life that if we have a time ahead where we can see the future that now is the right time to learn AI and to evolve in your business. Learn it.
Teams. One tip, because as a business owner myself, I found it's extremely challenging to find the right talent and support as you're building your team. And I love how it's not just you, you have a team, a staff of 12 folks. That's amazing. But what's one tip you would give people to be able to hire the right talent wisely?
Okay. The one thing is for hiring the right talent. You cannot, since I have 12 people, you need to give chance to the people to really understand their caliber because one interview, don't reject the people from one interview because you don't know that what's in hiding inside the person. Don't reject the give at least one chance to anyone who are coming in your way because you don't know that maybe the other person who's in front of you and not going to speak anything because of the personality trait because maybe she is or he is, but with the talent you cannot beat that person. So do trust anyone who is coming in your way. At least give it one try.
I love that. She said, don't sleep on me, y'all. I love it. It has been such a delight to speak with you today. I have learned, I've taken my notes, and I know y'all did too. Drop comments in the drop comments below to just show your appreciation all the way from Pakistan. Like she said, when her hubby is getting off, her husband's getting off, she is starting her day because she's serving folks here in the USA. So we appreciate all you do. I will definitely be in touch. And we're going to put her information in the comments below as well. Thank you so much, Sheza. And take care.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.